Hey, Shalom, Shalom. Giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash, and all double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to the sincere ark and pushing his word until the kingdom of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, be established. Say Shalom, Shalom to the hopefully elect out there. You know, we are living in some real nice times. You know, as you can see on the screen here, you know, some information or some more information about central banks planning to introduce, the CBDC microchip implants, according to top economists, you know, and this is what the elect has been waiting for. This is what the brotherhood has been waiting for. Information like this coming out, to the public, to the masses out there. So all the other Israelites group, you better get with the program. At the end of the day, it's about warning the people to the power of Yahweh Basham Yahushai. This is our job. This is our duty to warn the sheep. To warn the sheep. Because information like this is actually coming out. They are not hiding it anymore. They are not hiding it anymore because as technology grows, the time is actually running out for Esau. He has a short time. Do you guys forget that? You guys forget, Esau has a short time. So everything is actually speeding up. Everything is actually moving fast, to the spirit and power of the Lord. This is Revelation 12, verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and he that dwell in them. It says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil which is Esau, you know, Edom, and their system that is ruling, is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. So things are actually speeding up. So more information is actually coming out, and they're not hiding it anymore. They are not hiding it anymore. You know, central banks, central banks across the world intend to implement central bank digital currency. It's a digital currency. The CBDC is a digital currency in the form of what? Microchips implanted under the skin. Under the skin. Because this is a currency. What do we use as currency now? Is the paper dollar. You know? So this is why you will not be able to buy or sell that he has had the mark. And this is just a cut to all the Israelite groups out there who do not want to believe. I shouldn't say they don't want to believe, because truth be told, the other Israelite group out there who are not pushing this or who are not warning the people for the sake of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, they do not want the MOTB be the microchip because why? They want the system to go on. They want to be part of the system. All this money that they are making, they do not want to lose that money, you know. So this is why they do not push it, right? But as the Lord said, they can't do nothing for the truth, but against the truth, but for the truth. So the truth will always comes out. You see, according to a well-known German economist, saying that with the use of this technology, the government will be able to completely control its citizens' personal finances. And this is just lining up with the world coin. If you read in the news right now, they talk about the world coin and how the world coin is actually taking information of your eyeball. Your biometrics of your eyeball, so that if anywhere that in the world that you will be tracked and you will be traced, they will know exactly who you are. You know, and this is just an interview he was given. He said, I was taught by a central banker that CBDC, the CBDCs look like a small grain of rice that they want to put under your skin, said Richard Werner in an interview with with podcaster Ivor Cummings. He said Warner is known for developing the now commonly used bank practices of quantitative easing. It says CBDCs demand that users open bank accounts directly with the central banks, like the Federal Reserve, which gives governments control over how citizens access money. You know, and let me just jump straight to the points. I just reading the points now. Because at the end of the day, all this is just information. It's actually coming out. They're not hiding it anymore. Central banks will convince people to adopt CBDC's microchip implants. They say Warner claims that that in the beginning CBDCs will be recruiting through mobile apps. And everyone, the majority of the people had the apps now. They pay without cash apps. Why hasn't it already been released? It's not actually necessary. It's up to us to generate that need. And this is how the devil do. This is how Esau does. He claimed that in order to persuade people to adopt the CBDCs on the surface, central banks will likely employ a carrot and stick strategy, beginning by including economic crisis that will lead to the demand for universal basic income. You know, and this sounds very familiar. This sounds very familiar, because at the end of the day, think about it. In order to get the masses of the people to actually receive this, you know, im- and this implant under their skin, something has to take place. Something has to take place. You know, a destruction, a disaster has to take place. So when they crash, like one of the scenarios could be they crash in this paper system, this dollar system. And in order to get the money that you have in the bank, or the money that that you have, to be able to access it, you'll need this, CBDC. And this is just a scenario. They say according to Warner, such CBDCs will allow access to products and services to be denied in order to comply with what legislative requirements, you know, and what no man might what buy or sell that said it he that had the mark. So the products that we are using now in our daily life, they have to also comply with it, because in order for it to pass, or order for it to purchase it, everything has to go through what the central bank. So the products, the supply and demand will be controlled by the central banks. you know. And he was talking about, you know what is in it on the screen. I wouldn't read into this because you know how YouTube do. You know how YouTube do. You know, what I just read it. I would just scroll it slow so that the ones who actually listen to the video could read it for themselves, right? I'm gonna jump to the last conclusion here. He said this idea of microchipping the public is not a new idea, and we have been saying that for many, many years. This is not a new idea. This is the end game. This is the end goal of ESO. You know, head of the World Economic Forum, German engineer and economist Klaus Martin Schwab has been stating for years that the public must be what? Microchipped. They are not hiding it anymore. It is actually going mainstream. You know, he said he's even gone on to compliment China and their social credit score system. You know, so everything is actually getting onto this. The world coin, the biometrics taken, the information taken from you to put together your digital ID. You know, what, as also this MOTB, which is this as the central bank digital ID. You know, the central bank digital currency, Slovakia. This is also part. This is also part of the puzzle for the MOTB. So when it will be presented to you, you know, you will have an idea. And this is why we warn the people. This is why we warn the people. You know, we are so close, that we are so close that any day now, you know, they could actually, all the central banks could actually come and say, well, you know, the crash of the dollar is here, right? The crash of the dollar is here, you know. Uh, as I said, that this is the precept we're looking for uh let's bear with me for a minute, you know. I think it's an Ezekiel, because the end is here. It's Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 5. It said, thus said the Lord Yahweh, and evil and only evil behold is come, you know, and end is come, and the end is come. He watcheth for thee, behold, it is come. And this is it. The end is here, because why? Everything is being made manifest. You know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, everything is being made manifest. All the prophecies are being fulfilled. You know, it is actually coming. That is why the scripture said in Habakkuk 2. Habakkuk 2. Verse 3, he said, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. So everything is actually speaking. They are not hiding it anymore. They are not hiding it anymore. They are actually showing you, you know, and they are actually telling you their plans. You know, but we see it from a spiritual point of view, because we have the spirit to see it, you know. But the masses out there, they are so dependent on the system, or they cannot live without the system, that that the paper dollar is their god. You know, they talk about chasing the bag, or chasing their dreams, or being successful in this world, you know, being multi-millionaires in this world. But what will you do when everything is going to digital? Will you comply? Will you comply to the system? Will you comply to this beast system? Will you worship the beast and take his mark? Will you worship his image? You know? So they are not hiding it anymore. You know, as the scripture said, what? Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. It said, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. He said, though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come. It will not tarry. It is coming. As a matter of fact, it is actually here. We are living in the beginning stages of this devil actually implementing his end game, which is to get everyone chipped, you know, as the article said. And this is not a newcome theory. This is why this is why they think they will be successful. When they read Job, Job saying, you know, when he's about to fill his belly because he thinks he will be successful, then the Heavenly Father will rain it upon him. You know? But majority of our people will get caught up in this, because why? They are not aware. They are not aware. You know, they are not aware. Verse 4, it says, but behold, his soul is which is lifted up in him, which is which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just what? Shall live by his faith. And now what we ought to do, we have to live by faith, especially in these times approaching. You know, when all hell is about to break loose, when they take everything away from us, because we will not be part of the system. The scripture said what? But the just shall live by his faith. Faith in who? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You know, this is our faith. And this is what we are preparing for. When we go out there and we make our you know, bodies as a living sacrifice. And we pray and we worship Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You know, all this increases our faith, so that the Heavenly Father will, you know, have mercy upon us in those days. At the end of the day, you know. But that's just show you that they are not hiding anything anymore. This is the end. This is it, as you can see it on the screen here. You know, this is not fiction. You can actually Google these things. You can actually Google it. You know, this is Revelation chapter 13. And we'll keep on bringing this out until it come to pass. You know, and if you're vexed and who is mispleased about this video, just don't watch the videos. You know, the Revelation chapter 13 verse 16, he said, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, a charagma, something implanted. You know, as the thing said, an implantment, I implanted something under your skin, and implanted under the skin, you know, in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. He said, here is wisdom. Let him that had understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And we will keep on bringing this precept. We will always keep on bringing this precept. You know, we will flood the videos, we will flood the internet with these kind of precepts, because this is the, you know, the main prophecy that we are waiting on. When he make this thing mandatory, you know, and he is going to make it mandatory pursuant to Revelation 13, verse 15. He said, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause, listen good, and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be what? Killed. Should be killed. So he will cause it, you know. So give it all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yoshai. And let's on to the next one. Shalom for now. You know, we are living in so much, so exciting times, brothers. You know, so shalom for now.